In the heart of Zimbabwe lies a wilderness area adorned with pristine Miombo woodlands and bushveld. The perfect habitat for numerous plains game and, more importantly, the focus of this story. A magnificent super pride called the Miombo Lions. With the dramatic decline of the African lion over the past 2 decades, protected wilderness areas like this are critical in maintaining the iconic lion population. Zimbabwe is fortunate to have healthy lion numbers, drawing tourists from all corners of the globe. After all, what would a true safari be without Africa's finest predator? But how long will this last? This is a story taking you deeper into the intricate social structures and unique characters of a special pride destined for greatness. Time to meet the kingpin of this super pride, Taguta, meaning full. His demeanor may seem harsh, but he is adored and revered by all the pride members. And his magnificent genetics are key to producing legends of the future. Combining his caliber with one of the healthy females, they've produced a beautiful female, now over 2 years old, called Zibza, meaning learn, as she has learned so much in a short space of time and has proved to be developing wonderful hunting skills and bush savvy. So what does the future hold for this well-balanced pride? And what can we learn from this in-depth study? Our story begins now. There's something special about this glorious African morning. A new female cub has been discovered, and Mum has brought her out of the den. Minutes later, more good news. A second female cub is introduced to the outdoors. These precious cubs will be kept close to the den until their eyes open, before Mum introduces them to the rest of the pride. For the purposes of this documentary, we'll call these cubs Simudza, meaning move, and Seka, meaning laugh. Just a month ago, a male and female cub were born, and they are just about to meet the Miombo pride members. The female Teresa, meaning look, confidently navigates her way through the tall grass, while the male, Tamba, meaning play, is attracted to his enormous father, Taguta. Thankfully, Big Dad displays amazing affection, and rightfully so, as he proudly examines his potential legacy. Over the next few months, these cubs will focus on survival and stick close to their mother at all costs. It's a painful affair for the mother to bear, but thankfully, her maternal instincts force her to endure the pain. Luckily for Mum, there are moments of respite when the cubs relax or play. A month goes by, and it's time for Seka and Simudza to come out of their sheltered den. Their mum leads them to the pride to meet their aunts and cousins. The cubs immediately take advantage of the other lactating mother, something not unheard of in lion circles. The other mother reluctantly allows them to continue, and peace reigns again. The two girls now have to test Taguta's temperament, and his mane seems to be the center of attraction. He tolerates them for a short while, but peace and quiet is more important to him at this stage. Over the next few weeks, the Miombo pride go on with their everyday activities of occasional hunting mixed with long, lazy lounging about. But suddenly, there's an interesting scent in the air and a familiar sound to the lions. Wildebeest drawing near, and plenty of them. Zidza, the firstborn cub on the far left, crouches incredibly low, simultaneously followed by the rest of the pride. Zidza makes the first move at the opportune moment, and the hunt is on. Having done this on hundreds of occasions over the past few years, this team effort proves that these lions are a force to be reckoned with. For the 4 new cubs, this experience marks the first of many hunts to witness and learn from. At 2 and 3 months old, the delightful pairs are continuing to bond, relishing in every discovery and play session. They continue to push their luck with the adults, and it's these playful fights that toughen them up and prepare them for the future. The little guy Tamba knows exactly where to position himself to be just out of reach of the big guy's teeth, but close enough to get a reaction. But Tamba does have a trick up his sleeve. It's his cute pose that melts Taguta's heart every time. Already, the cubs know where it hurts most, so why not try it on Mum's nose? Their natural instinct is to slap each other on the face, and this is valuable practice for later in life when they may need to defend themselves in different circumstances. Moving on to 5 and 6 months old, and the cubs are bonding famously. They still require milk from Mum, but exploring is high on their agenda as they venture further and further away from the pride, confident in the company of each other and the discovery of new sights, tastes and smells. As for Taguta, he relishes these moments when the cubs are gallivanting. Affectionate Tamba is still Daddy's little boy, but he does get an occasional cold reception. However, the cute display works like a charm every time. The younger pair have learnt the art of the much-loved slap face game from their older cousins, and great skills are being developed on a daily basis. There comes a time in every cub's life when their true hunting instinct ignites, and today, Impala have engaged Teresa's attention, while Tamba is happy to observe. Her ability to engage in stalk mode is a joy to watch, and this will mark the first of many hunting stalks to come. The close-knit pride has not eaten for several days and is due for a feed. The success rate of daytime hunts is very low, so they will wait before sunset before going on patrol. Under the cloak of darkness, vision for the lions is extraordinary, and the intent is clear. These lions are masters at flanking their prey, and the trap is set. Confusion reigns and the zebra herd split, but one makes a grave error in judgment. The cubs relish the taste of fresh meat and blood as the adults share the feast. With much experience, Taguta knows vultures will be scouting soon as the day heats up. Dragging the carcass to the tree will provide shade and keep it out of sight from the irritating scavengers. Over the next year, the cubs continue to benefit from the kills made by the adults, packing on weight and muscle. Fast forward to 20 months, we pick up the story with the two sisters, Seka and Simudza. They often go off on walks together, discovering new things and exploring new places. This dam is a favoured haunt for them. Playing with frogs and swatting tadpoles are just some of the attractions on offer. But most important are the prey species that come down to drink. And the reeds create perfect cover. Seka identifies a waterbuck across the dam. Their intent is clear as they wade forward. There are no crocodiles in this dam. However, their inherent instinct forces them to proceed with caution. Practical sense prevails as they choose to go around the dam. But something else draws their attention en route. Without the backing of their cousins and the rest of the pride, strategy and caution are the best options. This bachelor herd of stallions does not recognize young lions as a threat and prefer to stand their ground and defend rather than flee. With painstaking patience, the sisters stick with the stallions all day, waiting for a moment of weakness or perhaps a lapse in concentration. Zebras have been known to break lions' jaws with crushing kicks. Timing and position will be crucial. As the zebras move into denser vegetation and higher grass, the sisters move closer with the added advantage of cover. Will their patience pay off? The zebra wisely move out of the long grass to be able to view the threats. But the lions are not giving up easily. Simudza faces the stallion, while Seka flanks to the right. This powerful stallion has a daunting reputation of kicking a lion's nose in the past. The sisters will need to stay alert. How much longer could this possibly last for? Now, with no cover at all, the game continues, and the zebras are still the clear winners. As the irritation level reaches its peak, the stallions and spectators choose to evacuate before fatal mistakes are made. Tamba and Teresa also love exploring and surveying the bushveld together. Tantalizing meals are on display, but daytime hunts are seldom fruitful. They'll have to wait for darkness to get the upper edge. As the last rays of light disappear, all four cousins join forces without any sign of the adults and venture off to investigate their options. A full moon tonight allows the Impala to see the impending danger. A huge disadvantage for the lions, but with four cats flanking, perhaps they'll get lucky. Seka discovers a herd of young impalas. And Simudza has visual lock on them too. With incredible stealth and patience, Teresa stalks behind the alert impala and readies herself for the perfect attack. Success at last. This milestone records Teresa's first documented kill, and she moves from the ranks of cute to killer. Fast forward to 28 months old. Tamba and Teresa are developing into awesome-looking cats. Tamba's mane is becoming more distinct, and with Toguta's genes, it will surely be his crowning glory in years to come. They haven't lost their playful spirit, and it's these bonding moments that will see them through thick and thin. There's something about a lion's physique that engages our attention and admiration. Is it the finely toned muscle, or is it the graceful, perfect motion? Or perhaps the reputation of being one of Africa's most fierce and formidable predators? Whatever it is that captures our imagination, these precious creatures are diminishing at an alarming rate. What would this land be without these iconic beasts that define the landscape to be able to earn its name as Wild Africa? The two sisters, Simudza and Seka, are also developing into super cats and keeping very active. They often split off from the pride to explore and have fondly taken to tree climbing, never missing an opportunity to get up high and survey the surrounds. Moving into winter, the Super Pride continue to thrive and enjoy the extra cool hours to patrol the area. The youngsters are now 30 and 31 months old, and the dynamic within the Pride is beginning to change. Tamba is not considered Daddy's little boy anymore, and Taguta shrugs off all forms of affection. Even sweet Seka gets the cold shoulder. Another hunt night is on the cards as the Tree Sisters identify movement. Simudza and Seka haven't successfully brought down a wildebeest to date, but this could be their night. The sisters are doing everything right, flanking on both sides. The lion's scent has the herd bolting in all directions. But one wildebeest is left disorientated and alone. Simudza and Seka must make this moment count. Seka erupts into top speed, but unnoticed, Simudza ambushes from the side. The damage is done, and with Seka joining, the inevitable death choke takes effect. No one taught these youngsters to target the throat. It's simply instinctive nature at its best. Moving on to just over 2.5 years old, Tamba and Teresa are nothing short of magnificent in terms of health and power, and we find them on a typical day exploring together. With their cousins choosing to rest, these two find a suitable tree to catch the cooling breeze and take in the sights. Something has caught their attention. Some unfinished business. The formidable stallion. Could this be the final showdown where the tables are turned? The stallions have obviously noted the lions have packed on more weight because they normally hold their ground. On closer inspection, all respect is lost as they slow down to face the untimely nuisance. Tamba and Teresa wait out the time. They can't give up now after all this time, and perhaps they can capitalize on a rare lapse in concentration from a zebra. Seemingly, the stallions have gained full control of the encounter, and the intimidation tactics are breaking down the lion's bravado. It's not so much the brutal bite and kick that hurts, but the emotional humility of defeat. It's another typical morning of rough and tumble for the lions, and some of the blows to the head may seem painful, but they relish these play fights. The cousins cannot resist plunging into the river in search of anything to play with. This playful ritual soon comes to an end as the lions begin roaming the area, perhaps scouting for possible prey. Tamba hasn't forgotten his painful encounter with the zebra stallion, so these impala are perhaps an easier option. Two separate herds are visible, giving the lion several options of attack. One of the herds takes flight at the first hint of danger from Simudze and Seka, leaving the other herd confused and vulnerable with Tamba and Teresa. They wisely flank to the sides, and a young impala on the fringe seems to be the target. It's a textbook tactic, and the disorientated impala falls victim to the deadly pair. Another timely milestone achieved. Now, at just under 3 years old, the future of these lions is looking secure, although they still rely heavily on the adults to undertake the majority of the hunts. But it won't be long before they will be equipped for total independence. The fading light marks the perfect time for the pride to become active. It's been 5 days since their last meal. Dinner is calling. With a wide selection on offer, it's fascinating to note the 4 cousins taking the initiative to lead the hunt, something the adult females normally do. Hopefully, this enthusiasm won't jeopardize the mission. Teresa takes cover as the unaware zebras draw near. Simudze and Seka flank to the right to cover a possible exit route. The zebra detect the impending danger from Teresa and nervously move towards the skirting lions. It's Teresa that stalks the main herd, causing half of them to choose an escape route, leaving the remainder disorientated. The perfect opportunity for Teresa to launch her attack. Right into the deadly claws of Simudza. It's a textbook hunt, and the cute cubs of yesteryear have now earned their new title as the Killer Cousins. Almost as a symbol of celebration, the golden light of dawn shines on four proud cousins, content in the knowledge of their achievements and promotion to sub-adults. With this momentous milestone achieved, the Killer Cousins have exceeded all expectations and can only go from strength to strength towards the goal of total independence. It all began with Taguta's magnificent genetics, passed on to Tamba, who in turn will pass on a legacy of grandeur. We've taken you on a 3-year journey of discovery and wonder. You witnessed the early days of development and bonding, the unique tapestry of social commitment, playful spirit, and camaraderie. The early failures of ambitious hunts and their ongoing determination and practice to work out a way to overcome their nemesis, culminating in a dramatic victory and elevating their titles from cute to killers.